Welcome to another episode of Bikes and Oak. Johnny and Kari, Bikes and Oak team here in beautiful, nice and warm Chonburi, east of Bangkok. Bikes and Oak is reviewing the third of our Triumph test rides. The first one was the Trident 660cc. The second one was the Bonneville. You have them on our Bikes and Oak channel. So what have we got here? Triumph Tiger Sport 660cc. Same platform as the Trident 660. But this one is not a naked bike. This one has got fairing. This is what we call fairing, okay? And it's longer than the Trident. Let's do the walk around while I'm sitting, if you don't mind. The cockpit feel, the handlebars, wider compared to the Trident. Really good grip here with my Triumph gloves. And handguard as well, inclusive in the price, 359,000 Thai baht, 359. What else have we got here? The windscreen. Very important on longer rides because there's the buffeting, the wind hitting your helmet. So this is good, this is good. Also the mirrors, sturdy, good visibility. The back, and the fuel tank, 17 liters. It's a big tank and it's perfect for doing the tank squeeze, which I do when I ride 120, 130 clicks per hour. The tank squeeze with my knees. 17 liter fuel consumption. We don't say fuel economy. Fuel consumption about 22 kilometer per liter, which means let's say around 300 kilometers. The knee angle, again, you can see this is not a sport bike, this is more like touring. And even with my a little bit of a knee problem, this is fine, I can manage this bike. And then we have the shifter here. Easy shifting with the clutch. How tall is this machine? Seat height 835. And as you can see, I'm almost flat foot. Not like some bikes I have to go like a ballet dancer, but this is okay. This is fine. You manage in the busy Bangkok traffic, doing the lane shifting, stopping traffic lights and so forth. Yeah. Enough talk. Let's take the Triumph Tiger Sport 660 for a ride. So, wow, here we go. Oh, look at that! Head riders on the 125cc, 250cc, Kawasaki's, Yamahas, Hondas. Johnny, Bikes and Oak. I'm riding the all-new Triumph Tiger Sport 660. Oh, the brakes are good. You see? Pay attention. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Brakes are good. All right. 660cc. Same engine as the Trident. The Triumph Trident 660. Second gear. Can I start on second? Oh, yes. Second gear. No problem. Plenty of torque. Listen to the beautiful sound. Oh, here we go. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at the tarmac. Texture is so smooth. Good colors. Yellow and white. All right, what have we got here? Well, we're riding on 17-inch wheels. 17-inch rims with the Michelin Road 5 tires. Wow. And my favorite, third gear. So much speed and torque. Or rather, acceleration and torque. Showa suspension. Here no need because it's smooth riding here. good tarmac. So this is a triple 660cc engine. Just great. And the sound so smooth. Here we go. You can see the sign. It says, "Welcome to Chonburi." Second gear. Wow. Second gear. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. I'm a hooligan. Yeah. I like the grip. The handlebar is nice and wide. And the mirrors are good. Slow down 30. Yeah, here we go. Good traction, good balance. This bike is on the heavy side, 206 kg. But once you're riding, once you're on the move, it feels so light, agile. Now testing the brakes again, downshifting. Wow, here we go. There we go. And then open up. Whoa! Take it easy, Johnny. Wow, wow, wow. What a ride. This bike, this Triumph Tiger Sport 660 is made in Thailand. Assembled in Thailand at the Triumph factory in the same province, in Chonburi province. Oh yeah. Fantastic ride. Some say Thailand a tropical biker's paradise. You agree with me? Look at this. Excellent riding position. Like I said, going on a tour, let's say going to the north of Thailand, 300-400 kilometers. Piece of cake with this one. No problem at all. Easy. By definition, this is a middleweight sport touring middleweight motorcycle. Self-canceling side indicator. Easy rider, yeah. So here we have a bike which is perfect for commuting, touring, and maybe even on the track. If you want to take it out on the track. Okay, yesterday I was riding in Bangkok, in the rain, in the Bangkok heavy traffic, with U-turns and intersections and traffic lights, but the Tiger Cub handling no problem at all, even in heavy city traffic. But this is the kind of scenery where this Tiger is at home. It's time for a coffee break. Maybe I should take my helmet off. Yep. Triumph calls this bike adventure. Others call it sports touring. And in the Tiger family of Triumph, this is the baby cub, because there are the bigger ones, 900 and 1200, the bigger ones. This is the entry level. Like in the motor car business, also motorcycles are sharing platforms with other models, other variants. So in this case, the Tiger is sharing the chassis and the engine with the Trident. So what's the difference between the Trident and the Tiger Sport 660? Tiger's wheelbase is longer, also improved stability, and especially for longer rides, like let's say Bangkok, Phuket, or Bangkok, Chiang Mai. Perfect for touring, long distance. And a riding position for an old chap like me, it's lower pegs. I'm sitting more comfortable. Lower pegs, a little bit more forward. In the Trident, my position was a little bit cramped. But the Tiger 660, again, perfect riding position. even longer. I would love to ride all the way to Phuket. I did this Bangkok-Phuket ride back and forth on my 350 Meteor. What a ride. Trident 660 and the Tiger 660, they share the engine, which is the heart. 80 horsepower, 64 Newton meter of torque. And wow, the engine really, third gear I can overtake. I never had so much torque in riding in third gear yesterday and day before in Bangkok traffic. By the way, where are we? We are at Green Roti, about 100 kilometers east of Bangkok. Nice and peaceful, beautiful green garden here. And beautiful roads with little traffic, really perfect for bikers. We've already seen many of these dirt bikes, 125, 250 cc's, riding around here in this area, in Chonburi province, at Green. At Green Roti. Chonburi province, at Green Roti. Coffee's good too. Mai mi cafe, mai mi anakot.
Hello YouTube, this is Kari, Bikes and Hook video, sound, editing, test rider, etc, etc. So, Triumph Tiger 660, the so-called baby tiger, the Tiger Cub. Nothing baby about it really. And to compare it to the other tigers, the big tigers, personally, when the very first time I tested this bike, I made that mistake. I really compared it to the big tigers, which doesn't do justice to this bike, because this bike, no matter what Triumph says, is not an adventure bike. It's a sports tourer. So yeah, don't think about it as a tiger like the big tigers. Think about this as a tiger that is completely different tiger. And then it starts making sense. Because yeah, this bike, you can take it off-road, but it's not really meant to be there, as the wheel size is 17 front and rear tell us instantly.
We'll start to turn traction control off.
But when you approach it as a sports tourer tiger, wow, this bike really is something. If you just look at the bike when it's not moving, it's quite tall and it is quite heavy, so 200 kilos wet weight.
Yeah, this is going to be slippery.
And you'd expect it to be top heavy. But then when you sit on it and you just start moving it around, actually it's very nimble. When you're riding it, it handles very, very well. And it's easy to ride even in slow traffic, which we have to do a lot here in Bangkok. It's not the smoothest of the engine, because there is a very noticeable buzz when you get to around 5,000 revs and above. So you feel this buzz in the handlebars, a little bit in the foot pegs as well, but it's not too much. Personally, for me, it's not a deal breaker. You feel it, you know it's there, but it's not too much. It doesn't distract you. Well, at least in my case, it didn't distract me, it didn't annoy me, it didn't give me any numbness or anything like that. So yeah, we're talking about 5,000 plus revs. So for example, in the 6th gear, that translates to roughly around 110 kilometers per hour, a little bit over. That's where the buzzing starts kicking in. Anything below that, below 5,000 revs, the engine is very, very smooth, I have to say. The windscreen, yeah, it definitely could be better. It's not much of a windscreen, I have to say. I'm about 176, 177 centimeters tall, and at the highest setting, the windscreen it really directs all the wind right to my throat and face area. So I really feel the buffeting. So I basically kept the windscreen all the way at the lowest setting, which allows more of the wind to hit more of my upper body, which makes it much more bearable. I don't mind that because, well, I ride naked bike all the time anyway, so I'm used to it. Triumph definitely could have done a better job with the windscreen. The seat is not the most comfortable one, but I was surprised. It was much better than I expected. This, like we said, this bike is based on Trident platform. And the seat on Trident, yeah, I hated that seat. But with this bike, yeah, it's not anywhere near that bad, luckily. So it's not the most comfortable seat, you definitely start feeling it, but you can easily do all day on it and then jump on the bike the next day and keep going again. So it doesn't put you off from riding day after day after day. Even though this bike is a sports tourer, the name still says Tiger. And yeah, I had to take it a little bit on the dirt. The tires here are Michelin Road 5s. They're very slippery on, of course, because they're road tires. So they're very slippery on dirt. But this bike, despite its weight and height, handles so well that even with these slippery tires, it's still easy. And you can see I have a passenger on, of course. And by the way, the passenger says that for passenger, the seat is still okay. It doesn't get too painful. And the crab handles, excellent crab handles. But yeah, even on dirt, sand, of course you cannot go heavy duty off-roading on it because that's not what it's designed for. But yeah, soft off-roading, no problem. Dirt roads, no problem. The suspension is nice, and the front, you cannot adjust it, but it's sturdy enough yet soft enough. It absorbs a lot of bumps without losing contact with the ground. So you don't get into the moments, well, at least I didn't get into moments where I felt like I'm losing control of the front, even on soft sand. Traction control, you can switch it on and off. And also this bike has self-canceling indicators, which cancel themselves a little bit too quickly. So I just switched them on to manual. Overall, excellent bike, I have to say. It's good for commuting, good for exploring, as long as you don't expect it to be proper adventure bike, because it's not, it's a sports tourer. So take it for a ride, also take it a little bit on the dirt, and just see how much fun this bike is.
And another cool feature is the rear suspension preload, which you can adjust by hand, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Now look at the rear. Side indicators, full LED, front also LED, and these are the grab handles for the passenger or pillion rider if you want. There's a lot of features that the competitors don't offer you at this price, $359,000. For example, like I said, the grab handles for the passenger, and if you want to put side boxes, here you can attach them, you see, here and here. And you want to put a top box, here we go, put the top box. Easy, just click on. Kickstand, side stand, fine with me. Some say, oh, you need a center stand, pull up on the center stand. This is side stand is good enough for me. And what else? Cruise control. I don't know, not for me, I don't need cruise control. And this bike doesn't have it. This bike is sans cruise control, without cruise control. What else? Okay, a few negatives, not much. Maybe this clutch cable here, a little obstruction here for the ignition key. Otherwise, no. I mean, conclusion is like, this is a bike for touring, first of all, but also it's sport. Like you can take it on the track if you want. And you can even go soft off-road as well. Great suspension, great brakes, everything. So this is, and commuting in Bangkok, in and out of office. Conclusion, final conclusion, 206 kg, 359,000 baht. That's a lot of bike for the money. If you're a novice like me, you might think, oh, this is a really big and heavy bike. But no, it's excellent for going from, let's say, 300, 400 up to 600 cc. This one, 660. And once you ride, oh, it's so smooth and easy, doing the lane shifting, filtering in Bangkok traffic, easy. This is the perfect bike for new riders and old riders. A massive thank you to Triumph Rama 5 and Triumph Central for providing us the demo unit. Please like and share. Comments are welcome. Johnny and Kari from Chonburi. See you again.